What the heck is up, horse girls? We realized that it's been a while since we've reminded you guys that we had a Patreon. I mean, outside of the outros where we talk about more important things like metal horses in the barn and the second L and all that kind of stuff. You know, twitch.tv/JennaChill. You get it. That's the outro where we normally tell you about things like Hearse Girls. But we haven't really thrown it in your face that one of the things we do offer on our Patreon, which is patreon.com/horsegirls or singlethoughtconnection.com, THOT. We haven't pointed out to you that we do a Hearse Girls series. And what is that, you ask? I'm so glad you asked. This is such a two-sided conversation, and that is so healthy for us. That is where we talk about the books and the movies of Twilight. And we make Tim read it and or watch it for the first time. And then because Casey is such an amazing person that does all of our incredible artwork, we forced her to watch it and read it. Which I'm realizing now is maybe not the nicest thing we could have done, but we do it. Anyways, we're here to drop another episode from our Patreon to remind you all about how great it is to talk about Twilight. That sounded so convincing. Good job, me. Anyways, here's the episode, and there's more. We're giving you the books right now. We have done most of the movies at this point, and it's all up on our Patreon for you to see and hear. I guess mostly hear. It is an audio media. Either way, that's neither here nor there. Go ahead, check out our Patreon. But for now, enjoy this Twilight episode of Hearse Girls.
First of all, what went through my mind is how stupid am I to actually volunteer for this? It was unbelievably painful.
Welcome to another episode of I See a New Moon Rising. I'm Tim, and with me as always are the best people on the planet. Anonymous Alex, Jenna, and Casey. How are all of y'all?
Yeah.
I'm chuckling.
Yeah.
All right. So, we read the second half of New Moon, which I'm not going to lie. You know what? I'll just be honest. We had an audio problem. We're redoing this. So just putting that in front of...
No, hold on.
Hey, way to blow our shit out the gate, Tim.
Yeah, I'm not saying any names. I'm not saying any names.
I'll go ahead. It's fine. We didn't have an audio problem. We had someone's a fucking dumbass and lost their audio problem. It was me. I did it.
Again.
I did it. It was me.
No.
So
Tim
been
stole away into
half a
Jenna's
year.
home in the night.
Since we recorded this episode the first time. Literally.
Has it really?
Yes. Yeah. It is half a year, tomorrow.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
We decided for our half-year anniversary to revisit Twilight New Moon Part 2.
Oh, I hope you guys have been enjoying Botched.
So, while revisiting this book, I had no idea where to start. No clue. So I just listened to the whole book again while I was at work today.
I started
I'm
at
so
chapter
sorry.
13 and said, that's probably good enough.
I think it was 14, so you're close.
Hell yeah.
Tim, I'm so sorry. Casey, did you reread it all?
I went to a website called Shmoop, which has Cliff Notes version, and my favorite part of that was there was a note that said Bella's hole was acting up.
Oh, Jesus God, Lord Almighty.
And I was
what?
like,
oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay,
Whole
so not
meaning-
only...
Whole meaning the void that Edward used to fill when he left.
Okay.
No,
All right.
Yes.
we all know what it meant.
Yeah, we do.
That is,
Yeah.
I believe, the absolute worst possible way to phrase that.
Yeah.
They found
Right.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Absolutely.
did it. Yeah. A gaping hole would have been slightly worse.
Literally sounds like something that Alex would have said in a recap
Yeah.
of a book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, maybe
You're
Alex
not
works
wrong.
for this website.
Yeah, I'm always on schmoop.com. I am the originator.
All right, Jenna. Why don't you refresh us all on what happened?
I can do that because the good news is that I still have my original summary.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, all right, so here we go. You guys remember we left off with the scary, ominous scratch on the window? Do you remember that? Did you guys remember that? I didn't. Okay, cool. Well, it's not Victoria because, hey, it's Jacob. Come around to play again. He tells Bella that, well, he can't really tell Bella anything about what's going on and why they can't be friends anymore, but he's mad because she already knows why, and if she could only just say it, they'd be allowed to be friendos again. Then Bella falls asleep and has another of her prophecy dreams where all of the pieces magically click into place and she realizes Jake's a dog. Wolf. Bella hops in her car the next day to confront Jake and his boys about all the hikers they've been killing because being a monster is fine, but being a monster is super not cool. But as long as he's willing to change, she'd be totally able to get over it. It turns out the wolf pack aren't the ones killing hikers. It's Victoria, panic, and formerly... what? Why am I like this? Who writes notes like this? It's Victoria, panic, and formerly Laurent. Oh yeah, okay, before the boys playfully murdered him. I got there. Don't worry about it.
There. You did it.
But it's not murder because he was a murderer and you can't murder a murderer. That's exactly how Double Jeopardy works, I promise. For legal reasons, I have to tell you not to premeditatively kill a murderer. Only do it as a crime of passion or self-defense. Bella doesn't want Jake and the boys to hunt Victoria because it's scary and dangerous, but she also doesn't want them to not hunt her because she doesn't want to die. Bella starts spending every last second of her free time with Jake and the boys and lets him start thinking they're kinda, sorta a thing. And then one of Charlie's best friends, Harry Clearwater, dies, but not from vampires. He has a typical old heart attack, and Bella, sensing that the attention is straying just a little too far from her for her liking, jumps off a cliff. 10 stories straight into turbulent, storm-churned ocean, and instead of fighting as hard as she can to do something, anything, she just gives in. Right before the darkness takes her, she's pulled back to shore by Jake. Jake, who should be looking after his friends whose dad just died. Jake, whose father's best friend just passed away. Jake, who has other shit he should be doing than dealing with your absolute bullshit, Bella. He takes her home, but immediately tries to drive away because he smells vampires, but Bella sees Carlisle's car and demands to be let out. Jake is upset, for good reason, but lets her out. It's Alice, who saw Bella jump off of a cliff in her vision, so she came to check on Charlie. Finding her okay, the two girls then decide to have a sleepover for a few days while Charlie is grieving and dealing with the loss of his friend. Jake shows up to tell Bella that they can't be friends while the vamps are there. Sure, and the phone rings. I don't know, I can't read my own notes. And the phone rings, Jake answers, and the call is for Charlie, and Jake tells him that he's at a funeral. But oh no, it was Edward who heard from Rosalie that Alice saw Bella die in her visions. Her visions that change all the time. Her extremely unreliable visions. So now Edward is off to unalive himself by Vamp Cop, and Bella and Alice have to save him. They leave a note for Charlie to fly to Italy. That wasn't even me trying to read the note. That is just my fuck up. Bella leaps into Edward's arms before he can show the whole town his impressive application of body glitter, and Bella gets to meet the vampire kings of Volterra. Hooray! Everyone made it out alive! Boo! The Volturi told Edward that Bella had to be turned or they'd eat or turn her themselves. Boo! Jake won't be friends with Bella and with the Cullens back in town, and boo! Edward is back. Boo! Bella! Bella lets Charlie know that he can get over it or she'll move out. Boo. 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 It's poop. All of it is poop. I hate it. It's poop.
So, reading through this a second time, I have a very clear vision of what happened in this book.
Okay.
Okay.
Alice's vision wasn't wrong.
What?
Bella died when she jumped off the cliff.
Oh, shit. Did she?
And then her test that she had to pass was to not treat Jacob like garbage. To determine where she would go. And then she treated him like garbage.
So now she's in hell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like the good place hell where you think it's good, but then
There's no Volturi. That's not a thing that exists. I'm not even sure that she was well before. So maybe there are no vampires. Maybe there are no werewolves. Maybe none of this is real.
Shit.
I
It's
think
just an unbalanced person.
if I could take a review for Bella from this series from what you just said, it would be, I'm not sure she was well before.
Oh, God.
Have we... I don't know if we've touched on it in the first 3 episodes, but Bella is
There's no way
garbage.
to know.
We have no way to know.
Bella is garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the literal worst.
Yeah.
And she's, I don't know how much we talked about last episode. So if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. But
I'm not.
decided that she's leading little Jacob on,
Yeah.
and somehow that's cheating on her inner voice ex-boyfriend that is not real.
Yeah, but it's okay because she can love him in a friend way and still, get it with teen Jacob without making Edward mad, because in her mind that's okay because Edward would want her to be happy, so that's why she's going to be with Jake, who loves her, and just lead him on. It's okay because Edward thinks it's okay. So morally, you get it. You get it.
No, I don't get it. I don't get it. Because Edward wants her to be happy, and that's not happy. That's just
And then
getting some with someone you don't actually like.
Yeah.
later when Edward comes back and he's like, I can't believe that when I told you I was leaving, you didn't make me stay. And I'm like, it's the most messed up thing.
Oh, God.
I was like, I didn't think it was going to be easy. And I'm like, did you just blame...
Yep.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Because he's a fucking narcissist.
Oh my god.
Wasn't he also like, I can't believe you thought I didn't love you, you stupid bitch.
You're
Like,
stupid.
You stupid bitch. I would have loved this series 100 times more if that was the exact dialogue. You stupid fucking bitch.
It would have been
You
more
thought I
honest.
didn't love you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh my
Everybody
God.
is so bad.
So bad.
Yeah. I don't
Charlie's
like
bad
anybody.
in this.
Charlie is bad in this.
mhm.
Everybody is bad in this.
So,
And like
go Tim.
the parts that really stood out, the parts that I remember, was when she has the democratic process to decide at the end if she should be a vampire or not, and decides to get everybody to weigh in and vote. And the astonishing number of people that are like, yeah, whatever, let's go, let's do this thing, let's go bite her right now. And it's just like nobody really, there's like one person that's like even, hanging on for a minute, giving it a second thought other than Edward.
Well,
that was-
Rosalie.
Yeah,
That was
Rosalie
it.
said no.
Yeah, that's the one that stood out to me. I was like, and that one was a little bit redeeming for Rosalie because she's like, look, I'm not trying to be shitty.
Yeah.
Trying to help here. And it's like, oh, yeah.
Well, this-
That's the little shining star moment for this book.
It's like this is the part where you realize that Rosalie kind of isn't shitty.
Yeah.
She's just
Yes.
stuck with these psychos.
Yeah. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. And then the part at the end, I know we talked about this last time, and I absolutely have to bring it up again because it's the part that just is so mind-blowing to me, that we spend this entire book listening to this child complain about not being a vampire and how bad she just wants to get turned and she deserves to get turned and she needs to and it's the only way she's going to be happy. And then, like, at the mere mention of marriage from the guy who she swears she's in love with, she's like, ew, gross, what? No.
Ew.
Yeah. She's like, are you joking? I was like, how is that? What?
And I just love that her like whole thing is that like marriage doesn't work. My parents, whatever, blah blah. Blah. Carlisle and Esme have been together for longer than your parents have been alive.
Seriously.
Shut up.
I was like, how in your twisted mind is marriage, which is like, like at any point you could be like, well, this wasn't what I should have done, and I'm going to walk away from it. Scarier than becoming a vampire. Like, I cannot...
Irreversible change.
Yeah. Into a murder beast. Like, I don't know. I just can't see it. I can't wrap my head around that.
Don't make no damn sense.
I think because she died when she jumped off the cliff.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
Makes
when
sense.
everything
Yeah.
truly went off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden we're just, plane hopping over to Italy, flying through Atlanta.
I love that she had a little layover here. He said, bye. Get the fuck out. We don't want you. This book makes me angry for a lot of reasons, but the biggest reason is that it has one of the coolest moments in a book.
I missed it.
When she comes back up above the water and there's just that flame of red hair that she sees for a second, and you're like, oh shit, that was really cool. That's Victoria. Oh
Yeah.
no. Why? How did she write that?
I don't know.
Damn it, Stephanie.
Yeah. But then Edward is off in Brazil, was it? Is that where he
Yeah, where he's been
tracked her to?
spending his time.
Yeah. He's trying to track
Sure,
her.
he was tracking Victoria. Absolutely. It's no coincidence that he was there during Carnival. No, he's fine. Fuck off.
Oh man. So listening to it instead of reading it, there was a couple things that really stood out to me. Very minor details, but a couple things. And the first one is Jacob using honey is never written in a way that flows well. Not once. It's always weird. And he reminds me of the little kid that's in that viral video that's like, Linda, honey. Like, let me tell. Like,
Linda, listen. Listen,
Yeah.
Linda. You're not listening to me. Linda. Oh, God.
Oh, incredible.
yeah, it never flows correctly. And then the other thing that hit me was Bella on the plane when Alice was like, oh, I'm just thinking of turning you myself. And first of all, Alice's dialogue the whole time is very fucking wonky, but all right. She's on the plane. She's like, I'm thinking about turning you myself. And Bella was like, do it now. Then Edward can never run away from me. I will trace him to the end of the earth. I will be beautiful and strong, and he cannot escape me. And I'm like, okay.
Just listen to yourself.
What? Yeah, hang on. Let's review what you just said.
No. How snakes on a plane buck wild would that have been if she'd have just done it?
Oh, there is a vampire on a plane movie. Oh,
What?
my
Is
God.
there?
What?
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Hold on. It's Blood Red Sky, I think is what it's called.
Can we watch it?
Yeah, can
We should. It came out like last year. I have not seen it yet, but it's on my fucking list.
Oh my
All right,
god.
you gotta watch it.
We gotta.
Blood Red Sky. I mean, that's not what Bella would have. She doesn't deserve anything that cool, but
Just her going apeshit for the rest of the flight
Yeah.
would have been amazing.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, it would have made it so good. Emergency.
Yeah.
It's called a crash,
That-
Alex.
Yeah, no, that's what the moment where the only live person left is the pilot.
But-
and she has to make that decision.
But also, the transformation takes days.
yeah.
Whatever.
So
I
she'd
figured
just
it would
be
be
a
an
dead
emergency
body on a plane.
Creative license. Like it's Dead Body on a Plane sounds like a pretty shitty movie.
Pretty sure I've
too.
seen that movie.
I'm pretty sure that happens a lot, and they just have to leave you in your seat. Like, that's the protocol, because they can't put you anywhere. So they just, like, they put a blanket over you, and they leave you in your seat when you die on a plane.
That's terrifying.
I hate
when
that.
you say that happens a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people take planes all the time.
Yeah, but
And people
but how
have,
many of them,
cardiac problems and still get on planes.
like
Yeah.
if that happened 3 times a year, I would be like, that's a lot.
Oh, let's see.
I'm
Let's
sure
see.
it happens,
Let's-
like,
There's a
hold on.
lot
times
of
a
flights
day.
that happen in this world.
Jenna's going to come back with a stat. It's like every 16 minutes, somebody dies on a plane.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh my god, that would be
I would not be
insane.
surprised. Oh my god.
Every 16 seconds, someone dies on a plane.
What have
Bella
we
would
learned?
wreck those stats.
When we went and saw K.A. Applegate, they had a zoo employee there. And one of the stats, because she was talking about sharks, and she's like, more people are injured by vending machines than sharks in a year. And I was like, nope, didn't. Kind of love that, though.
Yeah. Vending
Gonna
machines
go.
are the real heartless killers.
Gonna go write my vending machine fanfic now.
But like, how do they like get mad at the vending
this
machine
is-
and punch through the glass and get glass in their hand? Like, what?
No.
Is it
I feel
even
like
glass?
Most of the time, it's trying to tip it over, right, to get your
Oh,
soda
and they
out
get-
that
they
didn't
get
drop.
crushed.
Yeah, they crush
Wow.
them. You press the button, and
I
you
don't
put
think that's
your
the-
hand delicately.
Yeah, that's what mine does. Mine bites your hand off.
Yeah.
That's how that's gonna work, and then like pulls the rest of you in.
Yeah, it pulls your hand into one of the little spinny coils, and you just like
Yeah.
get slowly turned into the machine.
Tiny little plastic spinny coils,
Yeah.
and somehow it just.
This is a horror book we are writing right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a Goosebumps
You know what?
book.
One of I absolutely love this story. There was a story called I
T.L.
listened to it.
Stein for Tim Lowe Stein. I'm sorry. Go on.
There was a story called Broken Escalator.
Okay.
And that's what it was. Oh man, I don't want to spoil it, but it
I think I know how it goes.
Yeah, I feel like I have a pretty clear idea.
Based
of
on
where
the
this is
context clues of
going.
our previous conversation.
the people are unable to navigate the fact that they can just walk down the escalator for reasons. And so they just go all Lord of the Flies on the second level of the mall. And it's so good. You should absolutely listen to it. It's so much fun.
Holy shit.
That
Yeah,
sounds
it's
amazing.
great. He podcasted it for free. That's how I ended up listening to it. And I was like, man, I love that so hard. So
That's delightful.
everybody go listen to Broken Escalator. Because it's great.
Okay, Tim.
Yes.
Of the over 19,000 calls about in-flight medical emergencies in 2010 alone, only 94 people died in the air.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That
Out
is a
of-
way.
Out of nearly 20,000 people.
Okay, but 5 minutes ago, I lived in a world where it was 0.
No, you
Because
didn't.
I had never-
No,
I
you
was
didn't.
never zero,
It was
Tim.
never zero.
Zero in your
I had
mind.
never put it together that might be a thing that happens. As logical as it is, it had never entered my brain that somebody would just be like, "Mer," and just beef it right sitting in their seat.
Oh.
And then the poor flight attendants would have to make that decision of just Weekend at Bernie's him. Just don't say anything.
Just put his sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Give him a cigarette in his hand. You're fine.
Put,
Oh,
like,
you can't
ear-
smoke on flights? Yeah, it'll be okay.
Would just walk past and be like, "Oh, I guess you didn't like that Coke. It's okay. I'll take it back for you."
Oh my god. Oh.
I love the ruse aspect of this.
Yeah.
We have to keep the other passengers calm. That's immediately where I would go.
Imagine the person sitting next to the desk.
Oh my
know.
god, imagine that he's in the aisle seat. Or they, whoever dies. Imagine they are in the aisle seat and you're just like, I have to pee so bad.
Would you step over the dead body? to go
Absolutely,
pee?
I am doing that. Yeah, because he already has. They already have, so.
Yeah. It's only
Oh,
fair.
gross.
It's a natural process. You lose muscle
but that's-
tone
okay.
in death, and you pee and
5
poop
minutes
yourself.
ago, 5 minutes ago, I lived in a world where people didn't die on planes. Now I live in a world where they die and then they
Yeah.
void themselves
Yeah.
while sitting next to you.
What dead bodies do, Tim.
It'd be me. I'd just be at the end of the flight. I'd be like, "Hey, buddy, you gonna get up? You got to get out of the way, bud, so I can."
And then it's just Tim screaming during the descent. That's all you hear. You think it's the sound of the plane like "Meow" coming down, but if you zoom in, it's just Tim like.
Oh no! What if they man spread and then rigor mortis, and then you're trapped in the window seat?
I mean, okay.
Post-mortem spreading.
So, all right. When does rigor set in? Is it like,
What, probably a few hours?
yeah,
Nope.
it's hours.
Yeah.
For the purpose of this
flight, Jesus.
of this example, and knowing the luck of some people on this call, it would be about 5 minutes less than it takes to land wherever you are.
Yeah. You're talking about my luck, aren't you? I know you are.
Yeah.
So, have we talked about how vampires turn in this series? I don't remember if we've talked about it yet at this point. What it's like.
mean,
Has
it was
Carlisle's talked
mentioned-
about it, right?
Yeah, I think he did.
Okay.
It's mentioned in this book that, like, what's her face said it would be Alice, thank you, would be like 3 days to.
You answered yourself. What were you thinking?
Myself.
Who were you thinking?
Everybody for being here to support me.
Okay, that's acceptable.
I love you, Alex.
Anyways, she mentions that it'll be a couple days.
So, all right, I'm gonna get weird here. All right.
I love it.
Okay.
I'm into it.
Please
So we know
do.
that when human people die, they lose muscle tone and void their bodies.
Why do you call them human people? You sound like an Alex alien right now.
I'm
We
not
know-
saying we are the same, but
You know when your kind
I
dies?
just need to ask a question about this series. Are you the person I can ask to this newspaper that we just read?
yes. So we know that human people void their bodies, their excrement and all, and but vampires don't lose muscle tone; they gain it. So if you don't poop before you get turned, are you just constipated for the rest of your existence?
No, you're creating a poop diamond inside your vampire body.
Oh
that
my
can be
God.
harvested.
How would you harvest that?
I guess that's what they're doing when they tear them apart with their teeth.
Oh my
Getting
God.
to their
What?
Can
what
you
I'm
imagine,
hearing-
like, just Vampire Jenna walking around behind everybody who's killing vampires and just like, oh, where's the poop diamond? I must see the sparkly.
What you've just described is a land clam. A land clam. That's
Vampire
all-
is just a land clam.
T-shirt. T-shirt.
Poop diamond.
Everyone gathers to see the poop diamond on display now at the Smithsonian.
Okay, so you're under the impression, the reasonable and logical impression
Yeah.
that a vampire does not poop.
No.
No,
Does
They don't-
does a vampire pee?
I don't think
drink-
so.
They drink all the time.
But doesn't
don't
it
ever have to
go
pee.
into their muscle? Like, the reason they have to drink blood is to power their muscles?
I don't think it ever talks about that in this series.
But you're telling me that a vampire has evolved to such a level that they operate on 100% efficient usage of the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really what makes them so dangerous, is their low emissions rate.
It's true. You'd never hear them coming.
Not once. You gotta stop to pee, you're fucked. You know who
Yeah.
doesn't have to stop to pee? A vampire.
They have to wear these like little whistles on their shoes so that you can actually hear them coming up behind you.
Land clams with cowbells.
See, now we've gotten to the point where there's just like a herd of vampires that, like, I'm waiting for these ones to come to the right time.
If you play a violin, do they all run over?
A herd of vampires just out grazing.
I am forever going to call vampires land clams now. This is the best day. Y'all got any more of them land clam books?
The best is the person at the bookstore who's like, "What's a land clam?" And then Jenna has to go into the 20-minute explanation.
What you do is you're like, okay, go to singlethoughtconnection.com. Sign up for a Patreon.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
So there would be vampire poachers,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
which means somebody would introduce legislation on the protection of
Of
vampires.
lands.
Of land
Yeah,
claims.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, PETA would get really into that land clam terminology there. Yeah.
Oh, I have never once thought about PETA siding with the vampires, but it makes perfect sense.
Yes, it does.
It's ah. This has changed my whole outlook on the book now.
Why didn't Alice call the Cullens and tell them that Bella was okay?
Why didn't she?
The Cullens were hunting, right? Like the
Conveniently missing.
yes, but if Rosalie,
Mm-hmm.
if she got in touch with Edward, then I don't know why. But they did mention that Edward knew that Alice would lie. That
He wouldn't
Yeah.
have believed her anyway.
yeah, because if she
Because he has
saw
trust
a
issues
future,
and he's a narcissist.
if she saw a future where he was going to go off himself because at the vulture people,
Voltron.
Voltron, yes,
The Voltrani, yeah.
the Voltrani, he knew that she would lie and say, "Nope, she's fine,
Okay, but like,
she's good." Oh, big misunderstanding. So he wasn't going to believe her anyway.
here's the real question. Alice is very smart. So if she saw the future where he died, why would she call them and tell it? Like, as she was making the phone call, wouldn't Vision, Rosalie's going to call Edward, like, she would have seen it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you
why
think
tell
no,
anyone?
because they're not perfect.
Yeah.
And people just trust them inherently.
Yeah. And it's stupid.
I think the worst thing that can happen narratively is for people to act logically.
You're not wrong.
Cuts out so much drama out of stories.
Yeah. Oh no. You're right. This is why we've never been the main antagonist in a book series.
It's true. Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, here's a problem. Half an hour of discussion later. We've solved it.
And we're still friends. It's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this book. But I don't think, and I'll say this after reading 3 books, because I've read 3 books now, even though chronologically this is book 2, Jenna.
Sorry.
I don't think I don't like her as a writer. I just don't like any of the people that she writes about.
That's fair.
Yeah. I don't think I'm really opposed to her writing style or whatever.
It's not difficult to read.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not. That doesn't make it
Technically
great.
difficult.
Yeah.
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 It's not
Yeah.
technically.
I don't know. It's not my favorite, but I wouldn't. I don't know. If she wrote about characters I did care about, maybe I would be interested.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really where I sit. It's just all of these people are garbage, and I don't like any of them. And I don't care what happens to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. Like, even if there was one little Catherine Applegate character that found his or her way into this book, one little toggle. That's what I need.
Oh.
I need one little toggle in here that I could care about, and it's not there.
Tim, I know that, did you watch The Host?
Yes.
'Kay.
Yes.
I want you to read The Host.
Oh, do you?
I do, actually, because
Yeah.
I did not hate that book.
Oh,
The
really?
movie is terrible.
Movie is hot garbage. That's why I was a little bit like, why? I didn't make you watch Cats, and you're going to make me read.
No,
that.
never.
Because
Never
that
gonna
movie
watch.
is-
No one can make me watch Cats. It's never
I will
going to
never.
happen.
Alex put on the calendar that she was going to watch Cats, and then she didn't do it.
What?
Yeah,
She was
you
going
literally-
to watch literal cats.
Oh,
Not how I read it.
No butthole cats.
I got really excited. I was like, why is Alex over the course of 3 days going to watch the movie Cats?
because that's how long it will take me to get through it.
Yeah.
I'd like turn it on. I'd be like, "Per Snurberdeers, what does that mean?"
I think that's an actual character name.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Tim, are you pro cats?
I watched Cats, and I had a lot of fun watching Cats.
Okay.
That doesn't mean it was good.
No. I don't think I would ever qualify it as like rational. That's a thing. But I
Absolutely.
enjoyed. We went and saw Cats at the theater, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh my god,
It
in
is
the
a-
theater.
Buck wild.
I think that's the last movie we saw before the pandemic
Oh no!
in theaters.
Theaters are ruined for you now.
Oh my god.
That's upsetting.
I had a whole conversation in the Horse Girls Discord about Jellicle horses, and I do have to say that I appreciate how quickly Casey jumped on that one with me, because everybody else got real mad at me for it.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because I
Why?
actually kind of like cats.
Yeah, I thought
Oh no.
It's not good,
Buck
but
wild thing. No. But I like plenty of things that are not good.
right.
Like, if you were to objectively look at them, they're not good, but they are for some reason fun. That was one of them.
I also like things that are not good, but cats
Not-
is too not good.
Yeah.
Totally fair.
Okay, so you said The Host was good as a book.
I didn't say it was a good book. I said I enjoyed it.
Oh, okay. Fair,
That's
fair.
different.
It is fair. That's a fair difference. Have either of you read The Host? No.
Maybe we
I'm
will
like-
read that on here.
Yeah,
I think
that
we
sounds like
should.
once we get caught up with Twilight.
Once we actually release another episode.
Gotta.
Oh. Anybody have anything else they want to go over with this book?
God.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I've jumped off. Have you guys jumped off a cliff into water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
What define cliff?
Like
The edge of
20
a pool?
to
Does that
30 to
count?
40
No,
to
the edge
50
of a
feet.
pool doesn't count, Tim.
no.
Do I strike you as the type of person who would jump 20 or 30 feet?
Have you ever jumped off of a dock?
No.
What? You live
Have y'all ever
in
seen
Ackworth?
Y'all ever seen me swim?
I have not. That's a good point.
It has been told to me that it looks like controlled drowning.
That's me.
That's what swimming is.
I
That's
was
all
not-
swimming is, Tim.
Yeah, it's falling with style. Wait.
You're the Buzz Lightyear of pools, man.
Oh, not exactly an excellent swimmer. So, no. And not a big fan of heights, not a big fan of jumping into places I can't see.
So basically, Tim and I should never go swimming together alone. We should always have a lifeguard. Always.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is true. Yes.
Otherwise, one of us will be in memoriam.
Yeah. And then the other one will have to, like, prove their innocence.
Oh, it'll be me.
Because-
I'll have to prove my innocence. I know how this goes.
There's no way that happens without somebody labeling it as suspicious circumstances.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You know,
Alex, have you jumped 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 feet? Which is what I think you said.
It is. I just kept going after a while. I wasn't sure where to end
I
it.
noted that.
I have. I I swam a ton as a kid. I used to swim almost like every day for many, many, many years of my life. And so we would go up to like, I don't know, cottage places in Canada. And there was one place that had this cliff where you could like jump off like at 30 feet, or you could go up to like 50 feet and you had to run and jump off that one because you had to clear the 30 feet one below. And I did the lower one. I didn't do the top because I was like 8 and they were like, yeah, we don't trust you to clear that. So we're just going to let you do this one. But yeah, I have done it. And it was fine. I did it multiple times. I would do it again.
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
There's this place in Alabama called the Hippie Hole. It's like right over the Georgia-Alabama line. There are levels that you can jump from. And I jumped from one of the ones where you should be running. And I wasn't exactly running by the time I got to the end of it. And I shattered my ankle. It was so fun.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
The worst part of that is while you're still in pain with your ankle breaking beneath you, you then land in water.
Yes. Yes. And then you have to hike out.
Yeah.
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 Oh, Jenna.
Yeah, it was dumb.
It's only dumb if you don't make it. It's cool if you
Right,
make it.
yeah, exactly. All the other times I made it and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Look at this face.
Yeah.
This is the face of the guy that didn't make it. Like, it's just waiting to happen.
Aw. Tim, we'll just like put a rock next to the water and be like, there you go, Tim.
Yeah.
You jump
off the
from our
rock.
cliff, boy.
So, did you know that 94 people die on a plane each? It's not each year. It happened one year. There were 94 people that
2010,
died on
yeah.
a plane. I would look at that jump and be like, I bet you more people break their ankles than died on planes. So that's where my brain would. That's going to be the metric now for whether or not I should do stuff. Is it more likely that more injuries occur than people die on planes now?
But that puts swimming with sharks back on the table, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
So
I would
that's
be
exciting.
more likely. No, actually, I can say for sure that I would be more likely if you gave me like underwater breathing gear to swim with sharks than I would to jump off of things
It's called
into
scuba.
water. Yeah. If you did that, if you gave me the scuba, I would swim with sharks before I would jump off of stuff. I'm not a big fan of heights.
But
We've had this conversation about me on planes and my
Yeah.
irrational fear. Yeah.
it's, you know what? It's okay. The real thing that I want to get to in this conversation is, can we book swimming with sharks and go now?
I have never... Okay, I am not opposed to the idea of a scuba thing.
Okay.
I have never done the scuba thing, so if you need any kind of training to do the scuba
Yeah,
thing, we'd have to do that first.
We do the snorkely ones, I assume. Or, yes, get scuba certified, which seems
Yeah.
much harder. But maybe
Not
cool.
really
Maybe-
much harder.
Then snorkeling, they just slap a snorkel on you and
Oh, yeah.
You gotta.
Okay.
Some
so
places you just have to do the pool test first.
Am I the
I'm
only
not
one
saying
that-
we should go to those places, but I'm just saying they exist.
It's not recommended.
So you've ever seen the cartoons where they snap the little reed straw thing and then they
Yeah.
hit themselves on it?
Sure.
Mulan.
That's all you're doing with the snorkel, and I don't trust it. I was like, that thing sticks like 3 inches out of the water, one wave comes by, and you're drowned dead.
That's
Like,
why you don't
all
do
that-
it in the waves, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just-
You don't do it when
I
it's
don't-
windy.
I don't do it anywhere because I
It's
don't
just
trust
for
it.
people that don't want to move their face too much.
Yeah. Plus,
Like-
I have one
Which
of
is
those
me.
cool snorkels that, like, if the water goes above it, it shuts down.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No, this
so
it doesn't get
sounds-
water
this-
in the-
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I'll be-
badass.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
love that.
It's the best thing ever.
Perhaps I just haven't examined the snorkels enough.
You just haven't got the good snorkels.
Yeah. Because I'm like, that's all this is. This is cartoon reed straw.
Yeah. Which doesn't that work too? It does. Didn't Mythbusters
Actually, I'd
do
be
this?
more confident with the cartoon reed straw because it'd be longer than the snorkel. Like, for me to be comfortable with the snorkel, my snorkel would have pretty much the top would have to stay at the dock with a guy holding it, and then it would just have to reach
So it's
to
a
wherever I
hose.
go.
What you want
Yeah.
is a hose.
Like one of those like World War II deep sea diver
Okay.
guys. That's me. That's me.
But those
I could
are
do that.
those are fed with oxygen. You're not having to suck oxygen through them.
Yeah.
I feel like that's appropriate. I feel like the oxygen should be brought to me. I should not.
Then
have to
you're
go
just
retrieve
scuba
the oxygen.
diving.
We've
Yeah.
come full
You gotta
circle.
do the tank. Scuba diving, you have to watch out for the bends, though. Matt fucked up his ear. Scuba
Yeah.
diving. It's,
Okay,
it's still
so-
fucked up.
The bends. I know I'm a little bit older than all of y'all. You really had to worry about the bends in the 80s.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was such a big thing, but everybody would talk about the bends and how you would get it.
You know about those 94 people that died on that airplane?
Yeah.
Oh no.
They'd be like, "Don't you come up too fast? You'll get the bends."
Yeah.
And then you didn't hear anything about the bends after that until now, when Casey brought it up again. So Casey
The
bringing
resurgence of the
back.
bends.
I feel like had you scuba dived, sure, scuba dived, you would have heard about the bends more.
Probably.
It should be scuba dove, shouldn't it?
It's scuba diving.
Scuba David. I
Yeah.
like that. Scuba doop, scuba doop,
Scooby-Doo.
doop, 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 doop.
Scuba durbin.
What happens if Casey brings the bends back too fast?
It's gonna
The bins get the
rise in
bins.
popularity.
The bends get the bends.
Oh
The
no.
bends.
The bends squared.
Oh no.
All right. Are we doing vampire news?
There's no vampire news.
Did anything happen in the vampire community recently?
Like,
In the shadows, what we do in the shadows is going on right now. Probably
true.
over by the time we release this.
probably. Hey, you know what? Fuck this. I do have vampire news. You guys know Garamel from What We Do in the Shadows? He was at Dragon Con, and so
Yeah.
were we. And that's
Aw.
news.
That is news.
I started watching that show.
Aw,
So
I
good.
love it.
it's great.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen it.
Tim.
I need to. Yeah, I know. It's on the list. It's on the list.
Yeah.
The ever-growing list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just Colin Robinson is the best.
Oh my god.
Not just the best, but Colin Robinson is the best.
He used to go on the news and like prank news stations with like fake stories, and they'd have him on as an expert.
What?
Yeah, there's like
wonderful.
clips of him like 10 years ago going onto news stations and delivering fake news stories. They
Wait,
used
is
to
that
follow
the
them.
Just write this down so I can.
Is that the Taco Bell guy? Was it? He did something at a fast food restaurant. Is that the guy you're talking about?
Oh,
I don't
Hold on, I gotta Google.
well,
it.
now I
he's
don't know
so
what you're
real.
talking about.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Tim?
Hang on. You said Colin Robinson?
That's his
That's
name
his
on the
name
show.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't know his name.
I can't. No.
Yeah,
know
Mark.
anything.
I can't pronounce his last name. I just
That
can't
one.
do it. I just can't do it. Proksh.
No, that is very much not the guy I
Yeah.
thought.
Colin
But I'm gonna
Robinson.
be searching.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I love him.
Okay. So since we've vampire newsed, why don't we do a vampire quiz, Jenna?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Quiz.
Unfortunately, I do not have a record of the previous vampires used.
Amazing.
However,
Neither-
there are so many vampires, so that's fine.
I have zero memory of any of the vampires that we've ever discussed.
Count Chocula was one, I feel.
The Count was one.
The count was
Count.
2.
Count was two.
The Count was
yeah.
two. That's right. That's right.
Wait, maybe it was in this one.
Yeah.
The count was 1.
Oh,
That would be great. I would be so happy if it was in this one. If you guys have no idea what we're talking about later on when we say the count from Sesame Street, that's what we're talking about.
then you'll know.
Just that one time we ever used that one. However, if it was in the previous one, fuck. All right. Are you ready for
Yes.
vampire number 1?
Indeed.
Yes.
Vampire number 1 is a fictional creator. Or fictional creator. It's a fictional creator. Fictional character. Created by American writer Stephen King. And is the primary antagonist in his 2013 novel that is a sequel to a much older novel.
So it's not a real vampire.
Oh.
My favorite.
Dracula Part 2, Bloodbath Boogaloo.
No.
I'd
I
watch
feel like it was
that.
close. I'd watch that too.
Sequel to a much older novel. So,
2013, you said.
yeah, the sequel to The Shining came out after 13, right?
I didn't know there was a sequel to The Shining.
Yeah, I can't think of the name right now. It had Ewan McGregor in the movie.
Ooh.
The Glimmering.
Oh, now we're cooking with
anything?
gas.
Okay.
These quizzes
Let's
really
get-
highlight for me how little media I've consumed.
I feel that.
I don't know why I can't think of the title right now, but let's get another clue. I don't think that's it. I think that came out after 2013.
All right. She's the authoritarian leader of a nomadic group of nearly immortal psychic vampires known as the True Knot, who feed on children with psychic abilities.
It's not Nadja.
It's not Nadja.
That was a different quiz answer. But I'm throwing it out here just, because I know 3 vampires.
Jackie
That's
Daytona.
one of them. Jackie Daytona, Nadja, Laszlo.
And they're all from the same thing.
They're all from the same thing. And then I feel like we did a quiz and there was one that was called like Nosferatu.
Yeah, yeah.
So I know
I hope that wasn't this Mark 1 because... phew.
Oh yeah, Alucard, Dracula, Victoria from Helsing,
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise the vampire,
Yeah, yeah. Famous
Not-
vampire Tom Cruise. Real vampire.
Brad Pitt, the vampire.
100% real.
Yeah.
I think Kiefer Sutherland's a vampire.
He is.
I feel like Keanu Reeves has played a vampire.
He had to have.
He must have.
Constantine? Is Constantine
No.
a vampire?
No.
There's
No.
Blade. Blade's a vampire.
It's
Not
Constantine.
Keanu, though.
John Wick, the vampire.
John Wick, the vampire. Vampire assassin John Wick. Got him.
What is Neo but a code vampire?
I mean,
If you rearrange the letters in Neo and then add a bunch and then take a bunch away, you get vampire.
If you use almost entirely different letters except for the E, you can spell vampire from Neo.
Thank God.
Okay, let's get another clue.
the True Knot hunt for children because, as this vampire explains to the main character in the film's final act, the steam becomes corrupted as they grow up.
Oh, I feel like that should give us something.
Sounds
What was an older Stephen King novel that had vampires in it?
Didn't say that.
Okay.
Stephen, he named it after himself.
Mm.
Kingsley, he named it after himself, but slightly obfuscated.
Is it the sequel to The Shining?
I don't know, Tim, is it?
What was the name of that book? I can see Ewan McGregor right now.
It's called Moulin Rouge, Tim.
like a virgin.
Touched for the very first time. That was the vampire subplot of Moulin Rouge.
And the Duke played Dracula in Van Helsing.
These are all interesting facts that are wrong.
Not helpful to this question.
Were there vampires in the sequel to The Shining? There weren't, were there? No.
We just found out there was a sequel, Tim. This is entirely
Yeah,
on
this
you.
is your
Oh my
rodeo,
god,
dude.
you are literally murdering me right now.
Yeah.
And that,
Dr. Sleep.
There you go. Who's the
I don't
character?
know. God. Victoria.
No.
That's not right.
Did you read Dr. Sleep? I mean, clearly not.
I
but-
haven't. No. I that's another one that's on my list to
Okay.
read. I want to say I. even sat down to watch the movie, but I don't think it happened for whatever reason.
Elizabeth Bathory.
No. We have already had that one, I know.
I know. I'm just saying the ones that I already said now. That's the way to win. I'm sure of it.
Penelope.
He lived in like maybe I have watched this. He lived in like a not a rooftop apartment, but like an attic.
Yeah.
He lived in an attic?
Yeah.
Maybe I have watched this. I'm not remembering much of it, but I don't know.
Oh, man. That's unfortunate because Rebecca Ferguson plays this character. And she killed it. And a lot of kids, too, in that movie. Not in real life. She does not kill children. She does not kill children that I know of. I can't say for sure, but to my knowledge, she does not kill children.
I think maybe I'm running two movies together. Was there like a secretary? Not secretary. That's the wrong word. I don't remember.
There was a
I really
groundskeeper.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
And a train.
No, I think, like I said, I think
And
I'm running.
lots of drugs.
Okay, I remember the train.
Train
Oh wait, yeah, you have described a completely another movie now.
It's like Train Spotting, except with vampires.
No, I don't.
Spotting.
I don't think I'm remembering this movie. So
And Denny Torrance.
I think I'm gonna have to go to Google.
Oh, heck.
Shit.
I'm gonna watch this movie this week.
Please
I'm
do.
gonna make that happen. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna.
Fine,
listen to the book
don't.
is what- I'm gonna listen to the book. Is what I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah. I really enjoyed the book. Okay, let me know when everybody's ready.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh shit, hang on, sorry.
Oh,
I got lost.
Alex.
Okay, I'm there.
She ADHD'd. She pulled out her phone to do something and then got distracted and did something else.
Because I opened it earlier to get to the Hearse Girls ending, and then I pinned it, and then I was navigating over to the thing,
Yeah.
and I just kind of slowed down and stopped clicking buttons and just stared. Yeah, I did do that.
Okay, now everybody's ready?
I'm ready.
Yep.
And go!
Rose O'Hara?
Yep.
Is it?
Ah!
Nah.
Curse you, slow internet.
She has a different...
No,
like,
fuck.
Rose the Hat.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember this movie. I'm gonna have to watch this or read this or both.
Yeah. Also better known as Rose the Hat. I see now. I went with her legally given name, and that was incorrect.
No, it's not incorrect.
It was correct adjacent. So when you said Rebecca blah blah blah, the actress's name, all I heard was Rebecca Remingen, and I had to stop myself from going, oh my god, Mystique was in this movie? And then I was like, no, Alex, that's the entirely wrong name, you fool. So that's where I'm at.
It was the other famous Rebecca.
There's only two.
Yeah, only two. That's it. No more.
Only two. Rebecca Black tried, and you saw what happened to her.
I didn't.
She just performed recently, like with an EDM artist remixing Black Friday, or Friday, not Black Friday, just Friday is the name of the song. She got on stage and sang that song with the EDM artist, like recently-ish.
Okay.
I'm full of vampire news today. It's just none of it has to do with vampires.
It's just news.
It's just news.
Okay.
Are you ready
Yes.
for vampire number 2?
Yeah.
You should just go ahead and be thinking about what you're going to Google.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one's hard.
Well,
That's what I'm hearing. This one's hard.
I think it's not hard if you've seen or read the thing.
And I've never.
But I don't think, at least, I don't know, I think I kind of hope that none of you have read the thing.
Okay.
Although I enjoy it. Okay, anyway. Vampire number 2 is the mentor of a very famous vampire hunter from American history.
Abraham Lincoln.
That would be the vampire hunter. Yes.
Okay.
It's
Nope.
the mentor of Abraham Lincoln.
I have watched this one many years ago.
What's an older president than Abraham Lincoln?
I don't think his mentor was a president, was he?
Oh, I didn't know if it was like a national treasure sort of thing where like the president has to become the vampire hunter, and then he succeeds the next president.
Washington.
Actually, I'm not sure if I have seen that movie or not.
Aw.
Okay, give me another clue.
In the 1300s, this vampire was attacked and bitten by the main vampire antagonist in the series, Adam. And his wife was killed by Adam. But because this vampire's soul was impure, he did not die. Like when he was a human and he had a soul, and it was impure, so he didn't die. He became a vampire. Because that's how you become a vampire in this book.
Is it Vlad the Impaler?
It's not.
Okay. Is it Jonathan Harker?
No.
Ben Franklin.
No, but that would have been bitchin'.
That would have been so cool.
Okay, give me another clue.
Okay. All right, all right. This vampire is played by Dominic Cooper.
Rocket the Raccoon?
What?
No, that's Bradley Cooper.
That's Bradley.
Dominic Cooper was
Casey, I thought Dominic
Preacher.
Monaghan.
Oh my
Hooray,
god.
we did it!
It's a
Dominic-
Tony Stark's dad.
No, yeah, I can
Yes,
see him
yeah.
now. I can see him now.
Tony Stark has it. Never mind.
Yes, Tony Stark had a dad.
But it's fine.
He had two dads. He had older dad and younger dad. Dominic Cooper was younger dad.
All right. I assume they engineered him in a cave in the desert
On a horse.
as all
with no
the
name.
Stark children on a horse with no name. Best joke
Okay.
I've ever told.
They're so good.
Yeah, I do not know who Dominic Cooper played.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, so I think I'll have to go to Google on that one too.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
All right.
Is it ready? Everybody in agreements
Yes.
to go to Google on that one?
Yeah.
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 Are you ready?
Yes.
And go.
God. No, phone.
I know the fucking movie. Henry Sturgis.
Yeah.
Nope. Did not know that.
Oh, look at his
I didn't
little
even-
face.
I didn't Google that.
He looks so cute with his little high collar and ascot.
He was also in Dracula the Untold.
Was he?
He was.
No.
He was.
Who did he? Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that is a great movie. They were trying really hard to reboot the Universal Monsters, and it bombed, but it was really fucking good.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
I should watch it. Good.
Yeah.
I remember
yes.
them trying. That was not the only time they've tried to reboot the
No.
Universal
Yeah.
Monsters. They've tried it several times.
Yeah.
I think the most recent.
Yeah, but
they
this
were
was
talking about
within
it-
10 years.
Yeah, but they were talking about it again after Kong and Godzilla, and they made like a monster movie universe. They were talking about doing it again.
With Jack Black?
I don't think so,
Oh.
but I don't know that to be not true.
He was in
So-
Kong, I thought.
Yeah, with Adrian.
No,
Brody.
no. Oh, yes, but
Different
no,
Kong. Not the new
different Kong.
Okay.
Yeah, not Skull Island. Skull Island is the one that takes place in the monster universe.
But
Okay.
I thought those two movies were related, though. I thought that they were.
Yes,
So they're the
I
same
don't-
universe.
I don't know that that's true. They may be.
Well, I'm going to Google right now.
Because that was
Going to Google.
that was the Peter Jackson one.
Yeah.
Was so I think that's separate.
Oh my god. What if they did a biopic of Peter Jackson and Jack Black played Peter Jackson?
Oh, that would be so good.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
So good. There are a lot of
What if they did it of Lord of the Rings and Patrick Stewart played Ian McKellen?
would also be really.
My heart.
Have you seen any of Peter Jackson's stuff before?
Yes.
Yeah. Dead Alive.
You may think it very odd. Yeah.
Oh god, Meet the Feebles
Dead
or whatever
Alive
the fuck.
is. Yeah. There's some awesome stuff.
Oh my god.
It's like
What was
the
what was the one he made about fuck?
Dead Alive had the baby, I think, and the preacher that like beats the crap out of that guy and then says, "I kick ass for the Lord." And it's like, well, that's one of the best things I've ever heard in a movie.
Oh man, I haven't like watched any of that since before Lord of the Rings, like or right after the first Lord of the Rings movie came out. So like, we should go back and watch all those. You know, I can't watch the MCU. Might as well go back and watch old Peter Jackson movies before I hit that Spider-Man. Jeez.
Yeah.
I need to just start putting movies on while I'm at work and seeing what happens.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready for vampire number 3?
Yes.
I lost my note.
It's Jackie
okay.
Daytona.
There we go. No. Vampire number 3 is a Romanian accented misanthropic vampire with no cravings for human blood and says that he drinks a blood substitute and you can't tell the difference.
Sounds like True Blood.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like True Blood.
Exactly. It's exactly like
Is
True
it
Blood.
Eric?
No.
That's not his
Oh, Eric.
Are you kidding? Eric loves human blood.
I know. I just couldn't remember anyone's names. Bill Compton.
Bill Compton. Suke.
Sucker.
Is it? It's not from True Blood, though, right?
No.
Okay. Then it's Leslie Nielsen.
No.
Leslie Jordan.
Leslie Nope. Common vampire.
Yeah. Absolute vampire.
Okay, give me another clue.
At the beginning of the first film in this franchise, this vampire is shown at the beginning of the film caring for his infant baby daughter.
Oh, I know.
During this montage, he teaches her how to morph into a bat.
It's
Plays
Jack
with her.
from
Yeah, there we
Hotel
go.
Transylvania.
Get it, Casey.
Oh.
I love that movie.
Me
Would
too.
not have gotten that one.
Casey, you fucking killed it this time.
Waving my arms.
Okay.
Well,
That was that. I guess.
Tim, what happened?
I lost the thread there for a minute. I was like, wait, where am I?
What's happening to me right
I
now?
don't understand. This is the part where I would make you. I try to fit in a bit about the Patreon, but we're on the Patreon.
We're on
so I don't
Patreon.
have to fit in the bit about the Patreon.
They already know.
Yeah.
get your
Hey.
friends to the Patreon.
Ooh.
Thanks everybody for being on the Patreon. Here's Alex with an outro. What you get for investing those dollars. You get quality content like that.
These are the smooth transitions you can expect with your $5 a month. I have no idea how much you're paying, but these are the smooth transitions you can come to expect from us.
Just edit in a number.
Yours.
Yeah, just
And like that
$1.
robot voice. Yeah.
All right. And this brings our podcast to an end, similarly to the way that we had all wished that Bella had just ended it on the rocks tonight. And maybe did, according to Tim. And while we love this binding eternal relationship that we have created, we hope that you can hear our voices echoing in your heads every time you make a decision that's a little bit dicey. Hopefully egging you on. I don't really know. Or maybe not hopefully. I don't know. You do you. It's fine. Thanks for being here. And if you think our episode art is hella cute, that's because it is. And it was created by Casey D, who is on this very call with us, and she writes and illustrates a webcomic called B-Side You, which you can read for free at bsideyoucomic.com. And the only other person that we have to thank on this Patreon episode is Jason Shaw for making this music. Thanks, Jason. This music is royalty free, just like all of us, because the queen is dead.
No.
Oh my god!
That's going hard this time.
I don't know what's happening to me tonight.
She doesn't hold back on the Patreon episodes. Like, she normally filters herself a little bit on those regular
I
horse.
tried to come in softer. This time it's like, nah, whatever. Anyways, you can download this shit for free as long as we say thanks, Jason Shaw, and go to audionautics.com. May you never be cheese cucked.
It was unbelievably painful.
Do you know what the last thing in my Google search history was?
What?
No, I'm terrified.
What happens when you pee on bleach?
When you pee on bleach, though.
You create mustard gas.
You create mustard gas.